Welcome back to the OHIO podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Buckeye Boggs, aka the Podfather, and this is a What Are the Texas Fans Thinking edition of the OHIO podcast. Do us a big favor, hit the thumbs up button, smash the like button, if you will. It helps the show out, helps us to grow, helps to get this video out to more fans, much like yourself. We appreciate it. We are the official Ohio State podcast of Fansided and Scarlet and Game. Head over to scarletandgame.com. If you don't like the way my face looks, I don't blame you. Neither does my ex-wife. And if you want to just listen to the podcast, you can do it over there or wherever you get your podcasts from. We are also the official Ohio State podcast of The College Huddle. Head on over to thecollegehuddle.com where you can find us, as well as 75 other great podcasts from coast to coast covering colleges all the way from the East Coast down to Los Angeles. And yes, Texas is a part of that. Just go over to the SEC drop down menu. Go down to Texas. There you'll find the Longhorn Republic. Those guys do a great job covering Texas. And we're appreciated to have them on earlier where we did a nice little preview. If you haven't watched that, after you watch this video, head on over to our YouTube channel or just wait around for the end of this video. We'll have a link provided for you as well. Guys, we are a little over 24 hours away as this is being posted on YouTube. And I tell you what, Ohio State fans are excited. Texas fans are excited. College football fans are excited. It all gets underway tonight, this evening. Penn State and Notre Dame will face off to see who's going to be the first team to stamp their ticket to the 2025 National Championship game. Now, how are Texas fans looking at this heading into tomorrow night's Big Cotton Bowl? And well, let's go find out, shall we? And we're going to share my screen here and let's just read. Let's just read what they have to say. Raymond Sanchez, diehard Texas fan here, but they have a lot to clean up and better get Manning in game or we are going get rolled. Interesting take, Raymond, about Arch Manning getting into this game. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about, and as a Ohio State fan, I'll be honest, I think Manning offers you something that Quinn Ewers does not, and that is the ability to use his legs. And that's something that this Ohio State defense, if there's an Achilles heel to this defense, that would be it. Stopping a very run heavy offense with the quarterback. Nick Hollinger says, I swear all the couch coaches that think Manning is better than yours. Also, now we have Nick coming right back with his take. What has Manning done that makes you think Manning is the better option? Nothing. Yours is the starter. Complaining on Facebook just makes you all look foolish. But then again, you're all a bunch of bandwagon fans anyways, so your opinions don't matter. Boy, you know, it feels good to know that it's not just Ohio State fans that bicker with one another. Apparently, Texas fans have been bickering about their quarterback situation for most of the season now, which is interesting because Quinn Ewers statistically is the third best quarterback you've ever had in your entire school history, statistically speaking. Stephanie, what does Stephanie have to say? If both teams play their best and are consistent, then it will be a good game. But if one of the teams isn't all there, the other team will have the advantage. I have to expect Stephanie to say next, the team that's going to score more points is going to win the game. Let's see. Both teams have been inconsistent this season. That's actually true. But both have strong players on both sides of the ball. That is also true, Stephanie. It will come down to who wants it more and shows up to fight. Oh, she almost went there, didn't she? I'm hoping Texas plays their best ball. They have to be able to play all four quarters and stop going soft when they have the lead. I think she means go to prevent defense. That's really not what happened in the last game. But Stephanie, you keep being you, girl. John says it'll be a war. Texas Longhorns game and Ohio will be a game to remember. But like I said before, hook 'em. Let's go, Texas. I just read it verbatim. That was weird. Paula, we need to stop choking in the second half. Our Ohio State will roll all over them. So far, I'm finding out that Texas people grammatically need to read what they write before they and what they type before they hit enter. We need to stop choking in the second half. Our Ohio State will roll all over them, or Ohio State will roll all over them. Um, you need a quick start, Paula. That's what you need. Dewey, Texas will have to play their best game all the year of the year. Texas will have to play their best game of the year. Yeah, Dewey, I think that's true of both teams. If you ask Stephanie, the team who plays the best game is going to win. So, you know, Dewey, you are correct. John says, goodbye, Ewers. Hello, Arch. Otherwise, a big loss to Buckeyes. Sark, it's time. Wow. Okay. More quarterback talk there. Leslie, put Manning in a crunch situation, but Ewers is Texas QB, and along with the defense and key offensive players, they're the ones that got the team this far, not the couch coaches. Leslie, what was that run on sentence all about? Holy run on Batman. Put Manning in a put Manning in a crunch situation, but Ewers is Texas quarterback, and along with the defense and key offensive players, they are the ones that got the team this far, not the couch coaches. I don't even know what she's trying to say with that. I've read it twice and I'm more confused than the first time I read it, Leslie. Okay, man. Darren says can't have 68 yards and penalties, no turnovers. That is true in most of football, yes. Matthew says, PSA, Manning isn't going to get the start over Ewers. Moving on. Man, more quarterback talk. Sounds like most experts are saying Texas doesn't have a chance. I think they have a good chance. They need to be consistent throughout the game. They need to have success running the ball. No turnovers. Possess the ball longer, commit fewer penalties with the offensive and defensive line battles, and shine in the kicking game. Did I leave anything out? Hook 'em horns. Les, that's probably the best comment so far. You actually had a good thought, no grammatical errors. I could read it, understood it, and you made sense. Congratulations. James Angelo says to win this game, Texas will need to use more running plays. Yours is not the only weapon we have. Yeah, I think what James is trying to say is don't be one dimensional. Don't fall in love with just throwing the football. You have to establish the run in this game. If Texas doesn't establish the run, if they're unable to move the football on the ground, um, and you have to throw the football, then Ewers could be in trouble. Ewers could be in trouble. Linda comes out with a prediction. She says it's going to be a hard fought battle, but Texas wins by 3. So Linda, she is confident in her horns. All right. I'm not really sure what Bill's going to say here. Okay. Okay. Quinn Ewers, Taffy, Helms, Auburn, Sark. This game, 60 minutes, is one for the ages, with credit to an outmanned Arizona State who were just waiting for the mistakes to come, and they did, and gift wrapped. But the next game is for Texas, in the heart of Texas, in Jerry's house to win, baby. He says Texas 38, OSU, us against the world 11. Hook 'em. That was I didn't really know what you were starting off there, but you think Texas is going to win 38-11? I'd be shocked. I think you're smoking something, Bill. There's no way. Ohio State's lost 2 games in the entire season, one by 1 point, the other one by 3. There's no way they lose this game by 27 points, Bill. No way. Sorry. Connie Jackson, we have to come to the party and stay there the whole game or we're going to get beat. I don't know what party Connie is going to, but she thinks if you go to the party, then and you stay for the entire game at the party, then maybe her team has got a chance to win. Otherwise, if she leaves early from the party, then her team that she's rooting for is going to lose. So Connie, a little bit of some suspicion there. I would say Connie. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that the bowl game's the party. I get you. I'm just being goofy, Connie. Um, yeah, 4 quarters. Texas has not been able to put a full game together all season against a top level team. We'll see if they can do it against Ohio State. John says Ohio State will crush the Longhorns. Ooh, 4 replies. Let's see what that's all about. John says we'll be ready. Another Lori says depends, or sorry, Cecil or Cecily will be ready. Lori says depends on many factors. Juan says, bring it. Go on and underestimate this Longhorn team. Everything they are doing is calculated. So get ready to join the rest of the salty losers that thought they knew better. Everything they do has been calculated. Winning in double overtime against Arizona State in the second round of the playoffs was calculated. Losing to Georgia twice, including in the SEC championship game, that was also calculated. Yeah, okay, Juan. Nate says, all I want to see is all gas until the last second of the fourth. Can't get comfortable against Ohio and let off the gas. We have something to prove and need to play like it. Hook 'em. What if that last second of the fourth quarter is the last play of the game where Ohio State could win the game and that's when you let your foot off the gas? You might want to keep your foot on the gas until there's no seconds left in the fourth quarter, not just the last second. Just saying. David says, Texas. That's it. That's all he says. Texas. Ohio. Did I do that right? Chris, what's Chris got to say? Just like with old Matthew, fans need another folk hero. He's proven nothing yet. My 6-year-old grandson can throw for 220 against ULM. Hmm. Not really sure what Chris is going there, but his 6-year-old grandson apparently has a rocket for an arm. Good for you. Richard, Longhorn fan forever. They will have their hands full with Ohio State. Since they lost to Michigan, they are pissed off and want to prove they are legit. True, Richard. Amy says, I think it'll play out just fine. Ohio will probably come out on fire because we beat them the last time we played them. Yes, because these players all truly remember what happened back in 2000 and was it 9? 2009. Okay, let's do some math here. 15 years ago. So these players were 3 to 7, maybe 8 years old. But you know what? That is huge motivation because when they were 7, 6 years old, that loss in the bowl game to Texas, man, it just crushed them, especially the ones who lived outside the state of Ohio. Yeah. Let's just hope Auburn can get it together with the field goals and the refs play fair. Yeah. Already blaming the refs, I see. Nice. Well built in excuse to your comment, Amy. Ohio State will cheat and lie to win the game, just like the Chiefs. Why are okay? I'm not really sure why we're going to the NFL to bring that in, but apparently Gabe is very sour about the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's relating Ohio State to them for some reason. Cool. Patricia, I am a 77-year-old diehard Longhorns fan, but if they don't play any better than they did the second half of the Arizona game, Ohio is going to kick their butts up and down the field. Longhorns have made way too many stupid, ridiculous penalties, and it's the seasoned veterans making them, not rookies. Patricia, 77-year-old. Man, that was Well stated, well thought out, Patricia. Hats off to you. Ron says if the Horns play like they did against Arizona State, ain't no way they win in this game. Paul, as a Longhorn fan, if Texas plays like they did against ASU, Ohio State will take them to the slaughterhouse. Steven says if the defense shows up, we can win. Michigan held Ohio State to 10 points just 3 games ago. Boy, he obviously was just looking at the box score. He has no idea what was going on then. Our defense is pretty stout. Quinn, misspelled Quinn, it's two ends, buddy, needs to play the entire game like he did down the stretch of the ASU game. Sark need to get back to all gas, no brakes, and quit falling into second half slumps. We will be fine. Hook 'em horns. Steven's trying to convince himself there, isn't he? Dwayne, we got this. But Buddy says, I don't know, but all SEC fans need to get behind Texas. Oh, Lord have mercy, not the whole SEC. Are you freaking kidding me? You've been in the SEC for one season, and now all of a sudden you've already gotten indoctrinated into the whole SEC ride the coattails thing. It's the softest take any fan base can have, riding the coattails of your fellow conference fans to somehow, and apparently you believe that all them Bama fans and Georgia fans and all of them all of them Vanderbilt fans are going to get behind the Longhorns, and that's going to somehow boost y'all to a great Cotton Bowl victory. Dumb. It's just dumb. Doris, Longhorns are coming. Hook 'em. Fred, you'll never know unless you try. John, true. You'll never know unless you try. Oh man, made me laugh. David, Texas is going to get steamrolled. Ohio will have to have a bad day for us to win. Perhaps they can mix in Manning or two-headed monster style offense. Ruben, it will be a close game, but I give the thumbs up to Texas. Manuel, Horns better bring more than they have because luck ain't beating OSU. Freddie, Texas will prevail. Al, go Longhorns. Brian, it will depend on the O-line. If they are full strength, we can compete. Brian, going to the trenches. Smart, Brian. Vicky says Texas better play the whole game or it'll be a loss. My opinion. It is your opinion, Vicky, and you're allowed to have it. Andy, Manning played 2 games and looked good. Oh, Lord, go back to the whole Manning debate here. Jim says, I'm a Horns fan, but I'm afraid that they are going to get curb stomped next week. They just can't play a complete game. Trey, if Texas cannot find a way to play a complete game, it'll be a blowout. They have a more talented roster, but under Sark, they cannot assert itself as a dominant team and to hold a lead. Being taken to double overtime by a one-man team is a bit embarrassing. Lisa, only way to find out. Let's go. Lila, hook 'em whoever the QB is. Just hope they get their act together and concentrate on their job. Don't count their chickens before they hatch. B Dub says we have end zone seats we are probably going to have to sell. Rather sell to a real fan than a scalper on Ticketmaster. Reply if you are interested. Interesting. I think there's going to be a lot more Texas fans there than Ohio State fans. There should be anyways. It's in your home state. Sharon, I'm a diehard Texas fan, but I'm afraid Ohio State is too much for them to handle, at least this year. Carla, I lived in Austin for a very long time, and every time Ohio State came to town, the fans were so rude that I have not been able to forget their actions. Carla, Ohio State fans are so rude. I bet she really thinks that this is just going over the top, making this video, reading comments like hers and other Texas fans, and it's just so rude. Don't forget, says Danny, we went up to the Horseshoe and beat them the year we won our last natty. How does that have to do with being rude? I don't know. Ohio State by a whole lot, 21, says Stan. Woo. Carla, hook 'em. Gary, making devil horn signs. Another person that says Texas. All right, I think that's it. Bunch of memes there, but that's what I got there from the Texas faithful on what they're feeling about this game. Interesting. So, in reaction, interesting little take here. It seems like their fan base is incredibly split on Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning, who they should go with. I don't know if that's because Sark hasn't played that well, or if Quinn Ewers at times has looked lackluster, which he has, and people are just automatically leaning towards the backup quarterback. But obviously, Manning is not ready for this type of performance, this type of game. If Quinn Ewers cannot lead you to victory, I'm not sure that Arch Manning is going to be able to do that. Um, I just don't think he's got a good enough arm yet or enough experience throwing the football against a defense like Ohio State's to truly give Texas a better advantage offensively. I think it's going to come down to the offensive line play for Texas. If the offensive line can hold up and give Quinn Ewers plenty of time to throw the football, and they can get a push in running the ball, and therefore Texas can score, they've got a much better chance to win. If Ohio State defensively comes out and stops Texas and is holding Texas to field goals or three and outs or punting, the way Ohio State offensively has been playing, it's advantage Ohio State. Now, I think Texas is going to give Ohio State a better game than what we saw against Tennessee and Oregon. However, I was shocked in both those games too. And just like one of those people said, one of those Texas fans said, look, Ohio State laid an egg against Michigan. Totally. They completely did. It was embarrassing, 13-10. But this is not the same Ohio State team. Uh, you got an offense that is clicking. You have an offensive play caller in Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator who is just dialing it up. His game plans have been fantastic the first two times out. And you have a defense that is literally playing at championship level. They're the best defense in college football, right next to your own. But your defense has shown at times, just like Ohio State did against Oregon the first time out, that you can score on them. However, I just want you all to understand, Texas fans, Ohio State is not Arizona State. This is a much better football team than Arizona State is. This is a much better football team than what Georgia was. And if Ohio State comes out and plays their game, you guys are going to have to play your very best football on both sides of the football for 4 straight quarters to keep this thing close. Otherwise, Ohio State's going to get out to a lead. They know how to hold a lead. They can milk a lead, and they can add to that lead as the game goes on. So interesting takes. I'm excited for this game. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun no matter what happens. We will be doing a live call-in show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, tonight. You can call in, talk to Chris and I, let people know what you're thinking um, heading into this big Cotton Bowl game. Also, tomorrow we're going to do another live watch during the Cotton Bowl. So if you want to watch the game, turn the volume off and listen to us or do both. We'd be happy to have all of you with us. Again, if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up button. Leave us a comment in the comment section below. That helps the old YouTube algorithm as well. Even if you want to leave me a Go Bucks, or if you're a Texas fan and you want to say Hook 'em Horns, or you want to take offense to anything I said, well, we appreciate all your comments. They all mean the same and count the same. I want you to understand that. Till next time, be kind one another. I owe some OH, sing harmonize with all your heart. You know what to do. Go Bucks.